Hello, friends. Pastor Ray here. It's Passion Week. I love Holy Week. I love between Palm Sunday and Easter. I love all the stories. And I love reading the Bible. And I hope that you do too. So each day we've been taking a look at one of the stories that happened on the day years ago. So today is Thursday. And most of the things center around the Passover meal. So we're going to look at one of the incidents that happened then. First, let me tell you a story. When I was ordained as a minister, I was given a gift by our district leaders, and they presented me with a towel. Very nice towel, but a towel. And on the towel was a scripture that reminded me that I was to be a servant. What a great gift, and what a great reminder for us to have. And that towel is over at the office, my office at the church. I want to share two quick stories. They're related. That happened on that Thursday night. Here's the first one. When it came time for Jesus and his disciples to eat, the apostles got into an argument. What did they get into an argument about? Why would the apostles be arguing on this very special time? The apostles got into an argument about which of them was the greatest. Who will be the greatest? Me, me, me. And of course, Jesus kind of straightens them out. Who do people think is the greatest? A person who is served or the one who serves? But apparently Jesus doesn't think they get it. Sometimes we don't get it. So sometimes we need more of an explanation. So after the meal, Jesus does this. Well, first he says this. He says Jesus knew that he had come from God and would go back to God. He also knew that the Father had given him complete power. So I think that is there because to remind us, Jesus is all powerful and he doesn't have to serve anybody. Everybody should be serving him. But it says he was all powerful. And then it says, so during the meal, Jesus got up, removed his outer garment, wrapped a towel around his waist. He put some water into a large bowl and he began washing his disciples' feet, drying them with a towel that he was wearing. Wow. That's a servant. One of the disciples objects. Guess who? Of course, Peter. Peter says, Lord, are you going to wash my feet? Jesus says, you don't really know what I'm doing, but later you'll understand. Boy, that's a true word. You'll never wash my feet, says Peter. If I don't wash you, Jesus told him, you don't really belong to me. Peter says, Lord, don't wash my feet. Don't just wash my feet. Wash my hands. Wash my head. Wash. And Jesus says, people who have bathed are clean all over and just need to wash their feet. Kyle Idleman does a great explanation of this in the Easter Experience, where he reminds us that in those days, all wastewater went into the street. So they didn't have outhouses. The water they washed with and everything else could be out in the street where you walked. And they didn't have big rubber boots in those days. They either were barefoot or wore sandals. So you could be pretty much clean all over, but if you walked out in the street, you weren't clean on your feet. So Jesus is saying, you're washed all over, Peter. You're clean, but only this one area needs washed. And I want to serve you in this way. It would have been a stinky job. It would have been a job for servants, not somebody like Jesus. But he was giving us an example. Here's what he says. Do you understand what I've done? You call me teacher and Lord, and you should, because that is who I am. And if your Lord and teacher has washed your feet, you should do the same for each other. I have set the example, and you should do for each other what I have done for you. I tell you for certain that servants are not greater than their master, and messengers are not greater than the one who sent them. Now you know these things, and God will bless you if you do them. So I think the disciples got it. Not right away. Sometimes we don't get things right away either, do we? But they did get it. And they went on for the rest of their lives to serve others. I think Praise Center gets it too, and maybe others of you that are listening, you get it too. You understand it's about serving. But I believe this word is here for a reason, to remind us so that we don't forget. We are to be servants of each other. Continue doing it, care for one another, love one another, and serve one another. Join with me tomorrow. I'll be leading us in receiving communion together. So we'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. God bless.